Listen carefully. This world doesn't care about your excuses, your comfort, or your wasted potential. It only rewards obsession. If you want an average life, keep doing average things. But if you want more money, more power, more freedom, you have to want it so badly that sleep feels optional and comfort feels like an enemy. The harsh truth is simple. People don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they don't want it bad enough. Hunger is the difference between people who talk and people who dominate. Talent looks impressive at the start, but hunger decides who survives in the long run. You've seen it before, the gifted kid who was praised early, applauded for potential, told he was special. And then life hit, pressure arrived, competition showed up. Suddenly, that talent had to be defended with work, pain, and sacrifice, and that's where most people disappear. Hunger doesn't disappear. Hunger adapts, hunger learns. Hunger stays when motivation dies. A hungry person doesn't wait to be inspired. They move even when they feel tired, bored, frustrated, or ignored. They don't need applause to perform. They don't need someone to believe in them to keep going. Hunger creates a mindset where quitting isn't an option because survival is on the line. When you're hungry, rejection doesn't stop you, it teaches you. Failure doesn't break you, it sharpens you. You study harder, train longer, and push further not because it's fun, but because going back to weakness is more painful than moving forward. Talent gets comfortable. Hunger stays alert. Talent assumes it will be chosen. Hunger forces itself to be undeniable. The world doesn't reward potential, it rewards output. Hunger produces output daily, consistently, brutally. A hungry person will outwork someone more gifted because they're willing to do what others refuse, wake up earlier, stay later, repeat boring tasks, and endure loneliness. Hunger builds resilience because it comes from knowing you cannot afford to lose. When losing is not an option, effort becomes non-negotiable. That's why hunger wins when things get hard. Talent often quits the moment conditions aren't perfect. Hunger thrives in chaos. Hunger doesn't need perfect timing, perfect tools, or perfect support. It creates momentum out of nothing. It turns pain into fuel and doubt into fire. When you're hungry, excuses sound disgusting. You stop blaming your past, your background, or your circumstances because you're too focused on the next move. Hunger forces growth because staying the same feels like death. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If you're not winning, it's not because you're unlucky, it's because your hunger isn't strong enough yet. The moment hunger kicks in for real, you stop negotiating with yourself. You stop asking how long it will take and start asking how much it will cost. And you pay the price willingly every single day. Comfort is the silent killer of ambition, and most people don't even realize they're being slowly destroyed by it. Comfort doesn't attack you loudly, it whispers. It tells you that you deserve rest before you've earned results. It convinces you that tomorrow is a better time to push harder, to start again, to take risks. Comfort wraps itself in routines that feel safe, familiar, and harmless, but over time those routines become chains. The dangerous part is that comfort feels good in the moment, which is why people defend it so fiercely. They call it balance, peace, or self-care, but deep down it's avoidance. Growth has always been uncomfortable. Every upgrade in life demands pressure, sacrifice, and temporary chaos. Comfort asks you to stay where you are because where you are doesn't hurt yet. But yet is the key word. Staying comfortable doesn't protect you from pain. It delays it and multiplies it. Years later, that same comfort turns into regret, frustration, and quiet anger at yourself. Comfort kills urgency. When you're comfortable, you move slower, think smaller, and tolerate mediocrity. You stop chasing excellence and start settling for good enough. You become emotionally attached to stability instead of progress. Comfort trains you to avoid risk, and without risk, there is no reward. The world is brutally competitive, and it does not slow down for people who want to feel safe. While you're protecting your comfort, someone else is sacrificing theirs and taking your place. Comfort also weakens your mind. When you avoid discomfort, your tolerance for struggle shrinks. Small problems start to feel overwhelming. Minor setbacks feel like disasters. You lose the ability to endure pressure because you've trained yourself to escape it. Discomfort, on the other hand, builds mental armor. It teaches you that you can survive hard days, long nights, and uncertain outcomes. Comfort makes you fragile. Struggle makes you dangerous. Comfort lies by telling you that you have time. Time is the most expensive illusion. Opportunities don't wait for you to feel ready. Momentum doesn't come to people who hesitate. The longer you stay comfortable, the harder it becomes to leave. Comfort becomes an identity. You start protecting it instead of questioning it. You justify staying the same because change threatens your sense of control. But real control comes from strength, not safety. The moment you choose comfort over growth, you choose a smaller version of yourself. And once you accept that smaller version, breaking free becomes the hardest fight of all. Discipline is the bridge between the life you want and the life you're living right now, and without it, freedom is just a fantasy you talk about to feel better. Most people misunderstand freedom. They think freedom is doing whatever you want, whenever you want. That's not freedom, that's weakness disguised as pleasure. Real freedom is control. Control over your time, your money, your emotions, and your future. And control is earned through discipline. Discipline is choosing what you said you wanted yesterday, even when today you don't feel like it. It's waking up when your body begs for comfort, working when your mind looks for excuses, and staying locked in when motivation disappears. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. That's why discipline works when everything else fails. Every disciplined action compounds. One workout builds strength, one focused hour builds skill, one hard decision builds self-respect. Over time, those small acts create momentum, and momentum creates options. Options are freedom. When you lack discipline, life controls you. Your emotions dictate your actions. Your habits run your schedule. Your circumstances decide your limits. Discipline flips that power dynamic. You stop reacting and start commanding. You stop being a victim of your moods and become the architect of your days. Discipline also builds trust with yourself. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows. Not fake confidence, real confidence that comes from knowing you can rely on yourself under pressure. That confidence changes how you move, how you speak, and how you're perceived. Disciplined people don't need validation because they already know what they're capable of. Freedom isn't handed out. It's built behind the scenes while no one is watching. Late nights, early mornings, boring routines, repeated failures, this is the price. Discipline is painful in the moment, but undisciplined living is painful forever. Discipline costs effort. Regret costs your soul. When you choose discipline, you're choosing delayed gratification over instant pleasure. You're saying no to distractions so you can say yes to dominance later. Discipline creates structure, and structure creates clarity. When your life has structure, stress decreases, focus sharpens, and progress accelerates. You don't waste energy deciding what to do next because discipline already decided for you. Over time, the same discipline that once felt heavy becomes light. What used to feel hard becomes normal. That's when freedom starts showing up. You earn leverage, you earn respect, you earn the ability to walk away from situations that once controlled you. Discipline doesn't limit your life, it expands it. The more disciplined you become, the fewer things can control you. And that is the highest form of freedom there is, your enemy. It's the test that decides who you really are when everything feels heavy. Most people spend their lives trying to avoid pressure, running from responsibility, discomfort, and expectations. They think pressure is something that breaks you, but the truth is far more brutal. Pressure exposes you. It reveals your habits, your mindset, and your limits. When pressure hits, there's nowhere to hide. Your excuses stop working. Your fake confidence disappears. What remains is your true level of preparation. Weak minds collapse under pressure because they were built in comfort. Strong minds sharpen because they were forged in struggle. Pressure doesn't arrive randomly. It comes when growth is available. Life adds weight because it's asking if you're strong enough to carry more. And if you are, it rewards you with a higher level of existence. Pressure forces focus. When everything is on the line, distractions lose their power. You stop caring about opinions, noise, and approval. You care about results. Pressure strips life down to what matters. It teaches urgency. It demands decisions. It turns hesitation into loss. That's why pressure creates leaders. Under pressure, some people panic and others perform. The difference isn't luck, it's conditioning. Those who seek pressure, who voluntarily put themselves in hard situations, train their nervous system to stay calm when it counts. They don't crumble because they've been here before. Pressure builds emotional control. It teaches you to think clearly when your heart is racing and the stakes are high. That skill alone separates winners from spectators. Pressure also builds respect, first from yourself, then from the world. When you survive pressure, your self-belief becomes unshakable. You stop doubting your ability to handle life because you've already proven it. Pressure humbles you, but it also empowers you. It shows you your weaknesses so you can eliminate them. It shows you your strength so you can trust it. Avoiding pressure keeps you average. Embracing pressure makes you dangerous. Every high performer you admire was shaped by moments where quitting felt reasonable and failure felt close. Pressure is the gym for the mind. Without it, mental strength never develops. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your training under pressure. The people who win are not those with the easiest lives, but those who learn to carry the heaviest loads without breaking. Pressure teaches you responsibility. It forces ownership. There's no blaming circumstances when results are demanded. You either deliver or you're replaced. That reality is harsh, but it's also freeing. It pushes you to evolve faster than comfort ever could. Pressure turns ordinary people into forces because it demands growth now, not later. And once you stop fearing pressure, you unlock a level of confidence most people will never experience. This all comes down to one uncomfortable question you can't run from anymore. How bad do you really want it? Not what you say, not what you post, not what you promise yourself at night. What do your actions prove when no one is watching and nothing feels easy? Hunger, discomfort, discipline, and pressure are not motivational concepts. They are the price of entry. Life doesn't reward intentions, it rewards standards. The moment you stop romanticizing success and start respecting the pain it requires, everything changes. You realize that struggle isn't a sign you're failing, it's proof you're finally in the right arena. Easy paths don't lead to powerful lives. They lead to crowded places filled with excuses and regret. The truth most people never accept is that nobody is holding them back but themselves. Comfort feels safe, but safety is expensive in the long run. Every time you choose comfort, you are voting against the future version of yourself that could have had more strength, more options, more control. Discipline feels restrictive at first, but it is the only force that gives you leverage over your own life. Without it, you are at the mercy of emotions, circumstances, and other people's decisions. With it, you become dangerous in the best way, focused, reliable, and unstoppable. Discipline builds a spine in a world full of people looking for shortcuts. Pressure will continue to show up whether you want it or not. The difference is whether it breaks you or builds you. Pressure is life asking you to step up, to grow into something heavier, sharper, and more capable. When you stop running from pressure and start using it, you unlock a level of confidence that can't be shaken by opinions or setbacks. You learn that you don't need perfect conditions to perform, you just need standards. The strongest people are not those who had it easy, but those who learned to function when everything felt hard. Pressure doesn't destroy the right person, it reveals them. The life lesson is simple, but brutal. Stay hungry or stay broke, mentally, physically, financially, and spiritually. You either choose the pain of discipline and growth now, or you accept the lifelong pain of regret later. There is no neutral path. Every day, you are becoming something, whether you're intentional or not. Decide to become someone who doesn't wait, doesn't beg, and doesn't quit. Decide to earn your freedom through effort, your confidence through action, and your future through sacrifice. Because in the end, life doesn't ask who wanted it, it asks who was willing to pay for it. This is where listening ends and action begins. Close this video and take a hard look at your life, not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Write down exactly where you are weak, where you've been comfortable, and where you've been lying to yourself. Then pick one area and attack it today, not perfectly, not when you feel ready. Today, wake up earlier than you want to. Do the work you've been avoiding. Cut off the distractions that are stealing your time and energy. Stop negotiating with yourself and start commanding yourself. If something in your life needs discipline, give it discipline. If something needs pressure, apply pressure. Build habits that hurt now but pay later. Commit to a standard so high that excuses can't survive around it. From this moment forward, move like someone who is running out of time, because you are. Every day you delay, someone else takes your place. Train your body, sharpen your mind, and raise your expectations. Surround yourself with people who demand more from you, not those who make weakness feel normal. And when it gets hard, and it will, don't slow down. That's the signal you're on the right path. Stay hungry, stay focused, stay relentless. Now prove it with action.